Hey guys, welcome to Questa Gaming. So today we're going to talk a little bit about pirate games, which seem to be having a little bit of resurgence lately. I don't know if that's because of the success of Black Flags or possibly the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise, but I've always been a big fan of pirate games such as Sid Meier's Pirates or the Port Royale series, and while fun, they're not close to the kind of GTA-esque game with a big open world and a good storyline that many of us have always wanted. You know, if Rockstar made a pirate game, it'd probably be the pinnacle of pirate games. But however, Black Flags has been the closest thing we've had to a AAA pirate game. And while it was fun, you know, it was a good game, the Assassin's Creed storyline kind of always hung over it, and it wasn't quite like polished as a pirate game. It still very much was an Assassin's Creed game. However, the most fun I had in that game was when I was looting and I was pillaging and I was boarding boats and I was doing the pirate stuff. The storyline kind of came second to that. So now we have two pirate games that are coming out. Sea of Thieves, which is being developed by Rare and is set for an early 2018 release. And we also have Skull and Bones being developed by Ubisoft Singapore and set for release in the back end of 2018. Skull and Bones, which is playing on screen right now, is the one I want to talk about more, as I think it's the best hope for a AAA pirate game. However, I have some serious worries about this. Now, I don't want to just slate the game, because I have a lot of hope for it, but there's things that I feel that need to be talked about. So, first up on my list of worries is that we are literally just looking at Black Flags 2. You can't help but notice the similarities when you see the gameplay and the trailers they've put out, except it doesn't, in some cases it doesn't look as good in terms of what they're offering in the game. You're kind of thinking, well, they did this in Black Flags. However, they've made a lot of effort to say, you know, this is not Black Flags 2, this is the pirate game everyone's wanted. And fair enough, but they are the developers, they would say that. However, they've also then said, you know, we're bringing our expertise over from Black Flags because lots of us worked on it, and you're then like, yeah, I don't know whether to believe you or not now. So, you know, I think in this regard, all we can do is hope, but I just want a pirate game that is dedicated and not just Ubisoft trying to make easy money by recycling loads of the stuff from, you know, Black Flags and using the same kind of game engine, well, not the game engine necessarily, but the same kind of combat system and just, you know, just taking big chunks of it and repackaging it. That's not what I want at all. Which I can't see them doing because they've made the mistake before, but, you know, it's Ubisoft, they could do anything. So second up on my list, and I'm only going to touch on this a little bit because I don't want to seem like I'm just sledging Ubisoft, it is the fact that it's made by Ubisoft. You know, they've made a lot of games that I love, don't get me wrong, they make good games. However, they haven't been on the greatest of form lately and they've made a lot of iffy decisions, and I already feel like this is going to be a game that I'm not going to pre-order. I'm going to wait for people to play it, see what the reviews are like, and then if it's good, I'll buy it. I have already registered for the beta, so I'm hoping I'll get my hands on that and I'll get to see it before and see if I will pre-order it. Now, next up on my list of worries is the focus they are putting on the multiplayer. Now, games like Black Hawk, which I believe it's called, and Sea of Thieves seem to have this covered. And while I'm not saying don't do the multiplayer, like still do the multiplayer, but let the single player take precedent. You know, kind of have a Witcher 3 approach to it and make sure the single player is awesome and then add the multiplayer in. Now, I'm sure lots of you will disagree, and don't get me wrong, I still want the multiplayer, but if you disagree, you know, please tell me why. However, they have kind of quelled this worry I've had by saying that they are going to have a single player narrative campaign, which, you know, that kind of helps quell the worries. And finally, the last thing I want to touch on is the fact that so far we haven't seen or heard anything about on-land gameplay. All we've seen is stuff on the boat and at sea, and that seems what we seem to have been restricted to. Now, I think this would suck if you are just restricted to your boat. Because, you know, as a pirate, I don't want to be restricted to only the sea. You know, we've all at least seen one Pirates of the Caribbean movie. Half of it is spent on land, you know, looting or pillaging or something like that. And as a pirate, you know, I want to be able to do that. I want to be able to go into town, go to taverns. I want to be able to raid stuff. I want to be able to dock at ports to restock my ship and upgrade my ship and fight. You know, I want to be able to do fighting on land. I don't just want to be stuck on a ship all the time. Now, this could completely turn out to just be me overreacting to what I've seen. Or they could come out, oh yeah, there's loads of stuff. We built whole cities and stuff, which would just be awesome. However, it is kind of just lingering at the back of my mind at the moment. Anyway, guys, rant over. I'd love to know your thoughts, so drop them in the comments below. I have a lot of hope for this game, but I think only time will tell. Now, if you enjoyed this little video, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and check out some of our other content. See you next time, guys.